Good evening, my brothers and sisters, and thank you for tuning in to another video. We're gonna try to make this real short and quick. We've been dealing with editorial on much of our websites, social media accounts, and stuff like that. And we just really pretty much discovered we usually know when NWO is pretty quiet. I mean, they up to something. They feel like they got something going pretty strong, and they've been working at quite a bit of stuff. But we really want to stay focused at the editorial proportion of it. What we realize is that a lot of our videos have been shown on my end as if they went up. Um, we had a whole lot of community guideline violations that was being posted in different places, and you know what I'm saying, not a consistently lot in the same place, but they, you know what I'm saying, they might target TikTok, then they turn around and target Facebook, and they might target some other places. And we really wasn't paying attention because God is able to catch all things. Sometimes He'll let some things go that our enemy may be thinking that they are getting ahead. But, you know, really all they're doing is just helping us to get further. So, you know what I'm saying? You let people feel like they're getting someplace, and then you come right back and bust their bubble because, see, I'm not by myself, I'm with the Lord. And God has everything covered. I don't care how many it is they call themselves having or how much power they call themselves, they are illegal. And they know they are illegal, so they do everything in their power to try to sneak and hide and do illegal stuff. Now we're trying to get them caught up into tyranny, a coup against the country, because that's exactly what it is. They're fighting against the constitutions and the laws, and just deliberately straight out there. And here's the thing: they got premeditated, organized crime mindsets. You know, because they sit there and they'll organize it, and then they'll act upon it. And with their hands and some everything, like they have policing power. So they're able to go like into a department store, you know what I'm saying, flash a badge, talking about they some tasking, and we gotta watch how we say stuff because they all over us, right? And that just let us know we tearing they behind, that we're getting closer to our goal. And you know what I'm saying, it's bigger than me. Is, you know, we got brothers and sisters that have lost their life. They're using high power microwave devices out here, illegal stuff, and ain't no telling what all they done did, because, you know, in the name of retaliation. We won the presidency, legal, square, just right out. And you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are angry with that because, one, Donald J. Trump is seeking to get the government grants cut off, and they get a whole bunch of government grants. And you know what I'm saying, they don't care nothing about the country deficit. They don't care nothing about sinking the country into the ground. All they care about is the selfish gain of their wants right now during the United States of America. But we live here, and we won the election, Jay. I mean, tore them up. You know what I'm saying? We ain't had to cheat. You know what I'm saying? So that let us know they don't even own 3/4 of the United States of America. They'll try to project like they do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're not gonna get that far up into that. I want to get into the fact, like I said, now, you know what I'm saying, I had to bag off a lot of people that's family members to me because they'll play like this part right here ain't true. Now, we know technology has changed, right? We got we got trucks, cars, driving themselves. We got trucks that made deliveries, loaded, bagged up, made the delivery, let the people unload it, and got back on the road, right? So technology is there, right? So you know, I was just watching a video the other day. It's amazing the way God does things. I was watching a video the other day, and they had a little baby, and the lady was interviewing the baby. It just came out the womb, right? So, since you done came into the world, what do you think? He said, I seen enough. You know what I'm saying? Put me back in. And that was funny to me, but the little baby face actually looked it like it was, you know what I'm saying, moving to the voice and stuff like that. So they have technology. The technology is out there, and I'm not just saying dim, but the technology is out there to edit stuff. Now, what I noticed is, like I said, a bunch of videos of mine had been blocked. Some of the videos was, you know, just a little few minutes ago, you probably, if you rewind back, you will hear some people in the background, and they'll do that and, you know, try to distract me, to try to cause me, hoping that I'll say something. It kind of, you know what I'm saying, look kind of crazy or look something, you know what I'm saying? Just the point been blocked off. And they will do that on a regular. So those videos, a lot of those videos they will let through because it makes you know, makes better sense to them to try to discredit me, disgrade and stuff like that. So but then with other videos, I you know what I'm saying, I ain't a lie. So I ain't caught one yet. But I'm quite sure, bro, with all the illegal stuff they doing watching me 24 hours, I'm quite sure they done edit some videos to make it say something that I didn't say. You know, and like I say, I ain't a liar, and I ain't gonna stoop down to their levels. They got demonic, see, all up in their spirit. I just ain't gonna stoop down to their level and say on a positive note that I know that they have edited videos to the point of making it sound like I'm saying something else when I was saying other. I won't say that because I ain't caught that yet. And I just caught the fact that, man, they been tearing me up, bro. I'm looking on Facebook like, dang, hold on. To the video I just posted. So I just changed over, y'all. I'm no longer going to be up under Adam. You know, when God called Abraham about, you know, after a while, he stopped calling him Abram. Started calling him Abraham. He stopped calling Sarai, Sarai, and started calling her Sarah. Jacob, he started calling Israel. So me, I was born Abam. Crazy, right? Like all my life, man. I'm thinking I'm Adam. Yeah, but God had a plan. So now with us moving forward, and God telling us to, you know what I'm saying, push now with more of Abam. Um, and it's amazing to me. It's just amazing the way that he works, the way he's centuries ahead of our enemies. So we're pushing with Abram, leaving Adam accounts and all that stuff behind because I got a whole bunch of Hanks on there. You know, I got a whole bunch of people following me that ain't really following me, that mean me no good. You know what I'm saying? Family members and all. They work for NWO and they will cut my throat if them people tell them to. Because they want their money. So I'm just being honest, bro. And I ain't finna keep on being around folk like that every time I say something, you know, say, oh, you sure is that, you know, you sure the earth is round? You know, and it's all meant to try to distract you, deter you, break you down. And you know what I'm saying? The thing that gives me strength is because they seek to have me to denounce God. Now, see, for me to believe that I'm crazy would mean to believe that God ain't set me free from heroin addiction. Even when my enemies sought to keep me hooked on heroin, so that they, you know what I'm saying, NWO retarded. You know, I'm trying to go into rehab. They blocking me from going, and we got paperwork. You know what I'm saying? They stupid, right? So they, you know, I talked to God, and you know what I'm saying. I know they got some Christian folks, or so-called Christian folks on their team, you know. But I talk to God. You know what I'm saying, pray out loud. Sometimes me and God just hold the whole conversation in meditation. And you know, they have tried to, you know, use that to try to make me feel like I'm crazy. Hey, bro, bring me to court. You know what I'm saying? Get me in the courtroom, watch me shake this thing up, Jack. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you telling me, you know what I'm saying, prayer ain't real. Basically, you telling me that Christianity ain't real. You telling me that I say I'm a writer. I'm a minister at that, and sometimes we might talk out. You know what I'm saying? So they had no win there, but they will try. And like I say, so with the editorial portion of it, everything our enemies have thrown at us, God has given us strength. And look at here, ain't got no money. Ain't got no whole bunch of money. Excuse me, I can't say I ain't got no money. God ain't giving me the money directly in my hand. He just been having us to fight this battle, you know what I'm saying, to show himself proved, you know what I'm saying. They got all this money working against me, all these people, you know what I'm saying, and people with some educated mindsets, psychological warfare, jokers that been to school for you know, for what they call it, the therapy and all that stuff. But that's what I wanted to kick at, right? So I went to one rehab, and because I was going back to court on the 14th of February 2024, last year on Valentine's Day, you know what I'm saying, the probation officer told me, you know what I'm saying, if I did some more discovery after that, bring that, you know what I'm saying. And so I brought that, but I had a hard time getting it right. So then when I was reading through it the other day, right, and the boy they tried to discredit me, like, yeah, the client denied going into the next step of the rehab. But check this here out, right? Here's the testimony about it, right? After I left the place, you know what I'm saying? That's when I got clean and sober. You know, I was clean and sober while I was on the program there. But I'm saying, so basically what it did was the uh, the so-called, educated, uh, what they call them peoples, the counselor, we'll just say the counselor, the so-called educated uh, psychiatrist, and they was dead off. Basically, the way they wrote this thing up, because it took me a long time to get it. I had to keep on going back up there to the place, and then they messed up and put on there the date way back when I was in the program, rather than the date of when I asked for the paperwork. Um, and so, saying it was a whole bunch of people running up there, they trying their best to make it look bad. So basically, that psychiatrist uh, analogy of me, what they call it, because they believe that they could tell a person will be a thief or a criminal, or not even worth dealing with when they come out their mama womb. That was the thing they was trying to do, right? And we call it profiling. The police got in trouble for profiling folk, because I'm dark skinned. Back in the day they were pulling over everybody dark skinned, and man, what I'm saying, they wound up pulling over Reverend Meeks one day, because he dark skinned. So that profiling garbage don't work. I thank God that I have had light skinned and dark skinned, even Hispanic peoples in my life, because NWO can't make me believe everybody is prejudiced. You know what I'm saying? I've had friends and have friends that is different colors, different nationalities, speak different tongue, different nations, and I know for a shot of a doubt you can't judge everybody by their skin color. God did that thing. So they tried to profile me as basically I was, just a loser. I'm going back out there in the street and gonna get high. Bro, like a couple of months after that, I broke free all the way. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something about a dope fiend, or a whoremonger, or a murderer, or a thief. If they made it up in their mind that they want to do something different, they might fall a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But if they made it up in their mind they're going to that destiny of breaking free from a thing, you better watch out, because that person will change because they want change. Not because it's forced upon them, because they want change, and they will seek change as if they trying to obtain change. Yeah. So they put me in the category, like, what I'm saying, I'm just gonna go back out there. And NWO blocked me a couple of times on some rehab, basically like, oh yeah, he's just gonna go up in there and lay up a couple of days. Hey bro, you know what I'm saying, who made you God, and where's that in the Constitution, the law of a new policing, that you got the right to run around and stalk and harass somebody? And say, because when they first started picking at me 2013 or 2012 down in St. Charles, Missouri, I wasn't even getting high. They actually pushed me into getting to relapsing. I was just a black man living in St. Charles, Missouri, which at that time pretty racist little town. And because I had 3 vehicles sitting out there, leasing a 2-flat condo, you know what I'm saying, I became a targeted individual. And after I became a targeted individual, because I know God, and because I was raised from my granddaddy, my dad, and stuff, and my grandmama on my ex-wife's side. But they imputed in me, man, to have some integrity and to have some stand up about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't taking that from nobody. And because I wouldn't take it from nobody, NWO pressed on me harder. They pressed so hard that they caused me to relapse. because I couldn't figure out what was going on at first. You know what I'm saying? Who got money and time to be running around here doing gang stalking? You know, and then you see all on the news, oh, a whole bunch of crazy folks that found themselves on the internet and talking about targeted individuals. Yeah, it sounds good because the people that was harassing us are the same people that they have put into power, talking about some new policing. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Them the folks that got the money to sit around and follow us all day long because they getting government grant money to be safe passage, safe block, security. So they ain't got nothing else better to do. They criminals. Hey, I am the founder of Americans Against Injustices. We're gonna see if this video right here get out. You know what I'm saying? As I say, y'all start looking for Abam Keith Linton Sr. Cause we getting up out of Adam. We gonna leave them zeros behind, bro. They ain't on our team anyway. Is, you know what I'm saying, doing what they doing. But I pray for them. You know, hopefully this stand in Christ will cause many to be converted. You got folks go to church collecting that money from NWO to oppress. Now show me that in the Bible where God said oppress in it. But hey, I am the founder of Americans Against Injustice. I mean, just on that piece right there. Not the fact that y'all freaking lied, because y'all will lie on the drop of the dime. Whatever them people tell y'all to do, y'all gonna do it. You know, real talk. Love y'all. Standing strong in Christ Jesus. And hey, whatever come our way, we dealing with it in the name of Jesus Christ, because you know what I'm saying, faith is just that. It's the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen. I believe it and I grab it just because I know that God is able.